Hold on. I should clear up. I hate Juventus, but they're 100% winning this game.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the D. We're taking a little bit of a flashback all the way back to episode 1 of Inside the D, where we did our round of 16 Champions League predictions. We're doing our round of 16 Champions League predictions again for the 2021 Champions League knockout rounds. So we're going to go in order, game by game, starting off with Liverpool and Leipzig.
I definitely think this is going to be a very interesting game because obviously Liverpool hasn't been in the best of forms. You know, they have a lot of injuries, obviously. And on the other hand, you have Leipzig, who's been a very dominant team in the Bundesliga. I'm honestly gonna back Leipzig on this. I think they have a stronger defense. They have a stronger attack. I mean, listen, Liverpool's got great players, but recently they have not been playing great. I would not back them at all. I think Leipzig's definitely going to take this one.
I'm gonna agree with Iko on one of his points that he just made, but not his final decision. I'm gonna back Liverpool only on the case that their offense kind of comes around and can put some goals in the net. Other than that, I think that they'll be able to kind of play enough defense to win out.
I think I'm going to take Eco's side on this one in terms of final decision. For me, it's going to be Leipzig. I mean, look at Liverpool right now in the Premier League in terrible form. They're losing to teams like Brighton and Burnley. Leicester City's an understandable one, but still, they have been in terrible form. They dropped down to sixth place today in the Premier League, whereas Leipzig is in second or third place in the Bundesliga right now. It might be safe to say that Leipzig is arguably better off without Timo Werner. They don't really have a main goal scorer. They have, Paulson, who's leading their team in goals, but they have goals from all, around the lineup. And I think Angelino is one player who's just been fantastic for Leipzig. He's got 3 goals, 3 assists in the Champions League so far in 6 games. And, why do you need a star striker like Timo Werner when you're getting it done as a left back or a left mid? But I think it's going to be Leipzig just because the injury crisis and the bad form of Liverpool is going to take over.
I think something that Aiden said was, Liverpool, they're losing to the bad teams, which is why they're gonna lose this game. I don't think it's just that they're losing to the bad teams; it's how they're losing to the bad teams. I mean, we've seen I hate to I guess trash on a player, but Allison has been absolutely awful. I mean, the mistakes he's making. I'd like to say I could do better than him. I don't think I could, but you never know. But I mean, he's not playing great, but you can't put all the blame on him. I mean, their defense has not been playing good. Kabak, not a very good first game, but not just that. They don't have the attack to help out the defense. I mean, their attacking is playing horrible. I think Salah is the only player that's been good for them consistently. I think everybody else, I guess Trent and Robertson haven't been bad themselves either. But, the middle of the team, I mean, you cannot rely on them. They've been awful.
Yeah, fully agreeing with Iko on this one. I think it's they're having a really inconsistent run of form right now, which sucks. But we know what they're capable of, as we saw last year in the Premier League and even in 2020, going into the end of the year, and they've just kind of had a bad run of form since the beginning of the year. But we all know what they're capable of. We know that they could put 6 goals in a game. And I think that's why I'm backing them, because I know that they can do this. I know that Salah can step up and put a goal or 2 in. And hopefully the defense can step up and really put in a solid shift to at least just score more than they get scored on, I think is going to be the game plan.
And maybe Jurgen Klopp can get behind his men and push for a win here, because there have been a lot of rumors recently that Jurgen Klopp's job is under fire right now. His position's under fire. If Leipzig win and advance to the next round and knock out Liverpool out of the Champions League, do you think Jurgen Klopp's time at Liverpool is up?
I definitely think that no matter what happens, if they get knocked out or not, Jurgen Klopp should stay the manager at Liverpool. this season, you obviously he has a good team. Don't get me wrong, but you cannot blame their poor form on the coach. Okay, they've had a numerous amount of injuries. People still say, oh, they still have a great team. Yeah, but it's not the team that they're used to playing with. Some of these players Klopp never played. I mean, maybe a game or two they'd get. So I hate the people who put it on Klopp. So I definitely think his job should not be under fire. I mean, he's brought them a Champions League, he's brought them the league trophy. I mean, I definitely one bad season. Soccer,
Not even.
or football, it's tough when the coach has one bad season, but I still don't think he should be to blame for this poor season.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it's more than a managerial problem. I think that, I mean, we've talked about Liverpool's injuries kind of more than enough. We've almost exhausted that topic, but it can also really be traced back. They don't have the best, center back in the league. They don't have, they just don't have their full lineup. They don't even have their second center back. And it's really showing because now they're bringing players down from the midfield into the defense, which is hurting their midfield. And we're seeing Bobby Firmino not being able to score really at all. And Mane is having a bad run of form recently. And it's just kind of really unfortunate circumstances. But I think they've got it in them. We've seen what they're able to do. We've seen what Salah is able to do fully on his own. And we know what they can do.
We definitely have seen what they've been able to do, but we've also seen what they've been able to do in a negative sense. What can happen to them. Take it all the way back to the very beginning. An Aston Villa defeat 7-2. Like I said earlier, Brighton loss, Burnley loss, right? Obviously a struggling Liverpool. There's no question about that. Jordan Henderson, Liverpool's captain, mentioned in an interview that Jurgen Klopp will always come around. Jurgen Klopp says, I don't need a break. He thinks that he's completely fine and that his job, and he's not worried at all about his job. So it seems like the players are confident in him. The captain surely is. And Jurgen Klopp seems to be confident in himself. But I just don't think Liverpool has the tools to advance past Leipzig, because Leipzig is a different beast in the Champions League. They were last year, as we saw, making it further than Liverpool, obviously. Liverpool didn't make it past the round of 16 last season. So I think maybe I wouldn't be surprised if there was a draw in leg one, but I think Leipzig will ultimately end up with the win.
I mean, those were our thoughts. Me and Aiden back in Leipzig.
Yes,
Luke
sir.
going for the Prem team in Liverpool.
Yeah.
The next matchup, very exciting. Sadly, no Neymar. Barcelona PSG. I think this is going to be a very interesting game. I think when the picks were first out that PSG was going to be playing Barcelona, everybody backed PSG because Barcelona was in horrible form. Recently, since the start of the new year, they've been playing great. They've been playing amazing together. PSG, on the other hand, a week before this game, they lose both their wingers in Neymar and Di Maria. Those are two huge losses for them. Verratti, he's been injured. This is going to be his first game back. This is a team that, they're most likely going to have Keane on the right wing, who's a young, inexperienced player. Listen, he's great, but at this stage, playing against Barcelona in the Champions League, can you really rely on a player like him?
I think that they're going to have to put a lot of trust into players that don't play a lot. I think that PSG is really going to have to hope for Mbappe to be able to create something. And will it work? I think no. I think Barca is going to pull this one out. I think Messi's a different beast, and I really don't think PSG has a chance on top of all the injuries.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few players in the Champions League this season that have 6 goals to lead the Champions League in goals, one of them being Neymar. So you lose arguably your best player. One could argue for Mbappe, but either way, your top scorer in the Champions League, the top scorer in the Champions League, is now going to miss at least the first leg and possibly even the second. It's a huge blow injury-wise. We all know the last time PSG and Barcelona played at the Nou Camp in the Champions League. I mean, it was one of the most controversial yet unbelievable and miraculous Champions League comebacks in history.
Got to be one of the best
6-1
comebacks
victory.
of all time.
That one hits home in Iko's family because Iko's brother left early in that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Barcelona's been in very, very good form as of late, and I don't really see them losing to PSG, although it's going to be a tough match just because of the injuries. It's the same thing with Liverpool. The injuries messed them up. If they were full strength, maybe we would see something different. Barcelona haven't lost in 12 La Liga games. Their last loss was in December, right? So they're on a pretty good form. Like Iko said, they've started off 2021 unbeaten in the league. So we'll see.
I think, PSG is a great team when they're all healthy, like Aiden said. But Barcelona's defense is going to have a pretty easy job. They really only have to focus on Mbappe now because the other two threats are Di Maria and Neymar, and they're both out. So, the defense just has to really watch Mbappe and focus on him. And, if they do that well, I think Barcelona is going to be able to win this game 100%. I think Mbappe is great, but I think what makes him great is that, the teams have to also focus on Neymar and Di Maria, who are two amazing attackers as well. When it's just Mbappe, I don't know if we're going to see much from him this game.
Yep. Just like Iko said, I love Mbappe so much. What a player. But I just don't think he's got it in him to beat out Barca. Because it truly, like, kind of sad, but it's only going to be him is the only real threat. I think we'll probably see a Cardi coming on at some point. And like you said, we'll probably see Moisey. But I think that Barca's defense, like you said, is going to have a really easy job. They're really going to have to mess up to lose, I think. Or PSG is going to have to play a truly amazing game. But I personally think I would like to put my bet in. I think we're going to see either a first or second game tie. I think that we'll see a tie, a low-scoring tie, maybe a 1-1. And then I think Barca's just going to absolutely demolish PSG in the second, like 4-5-0. Just
I don't know about that.
I'm just putting a guess out there.
5-0?
4, maybe 4-3. We'll see. But I for sure think Barca's got this one in the bag.
Yeah, I think Barca's got this one in the bag too. But I mean, I have Barcelona taking it narrowly. I wouldn't necessarily say they're going to blow PSG out, and I wouldn't also necessarily say it's an easy job for PSG for Barcelona defenders. It's not going to be as hard as it would be if Di Maria and Neymar were there, but it's not going to be easy for Barcelona. I think it's going to be a narrow game. Do you guys think, not that he needs to prove himself any more than he already has, as we're all aware, but a lot of people think he needs to prove himself more. Do you think Messi will shine in this tie?
I mean, I think 100%. Messi, proving himself, he's going to play at the highest level. We never see Messi. I mean, there's been the jokes this season, like Messi slacking. You see him walking on the field occasionally. That's not happening in this game. I mean, he knows this is a big game. I'm sure he wants to bring, one last trophy to Barcelona until he leaves, or maybe if he wins this, he'll stay. Who knows? So I definitely think that Messi is going to play amazing. Even if Neymar was there, I think he would play even better because he wants to, make sure that they win. But, I definitely think we're going to see at least a goal or two from Messi.
Uh-oh. What's happened there?
We've lost Nico.
Yo, earthquake.
Well, in May.
You okay, bud?
Continue from
that much. Oh God! All right. I was gonna say, I think he's gonna shine because I think he wants to bring one last trophy to Barcelona before he leaves, or if this trophy convinces him to stay. And I definitely think we're gonna see at least 1 or 2 goals out of him.
Yeah, spectacular player, as we all know. And I think that with PSG being one of the candidates to get Messi next season, I think that's just going to light another fire kind of under the rest of Barcelona as well to really fight to keep Messi is kind of their second motive to like just go and win it. And I think that this can prove to a lot of players like it's kind of almost more than just a UCL game. UCL games are incredibly important to every team that participates in them. But for Messi, I mean, if Neymar was playing and he's sadly not, this is also a big game because he's played with Neymar for a while, and that was arguably Neymar's kind of best years and kind of most creative years were playing with Messi. And I think that it's just going to be almost an emotional game for Messi because he knows that this could be where I end up next year. And maybe if we beat them, I don't. Maybe if we lose, I don't. But I think that for sure there's this kind of second idea that cool, it's a UCL game, but it's for sure for Messi at least a bit more than that.
I would agree on that one for sure. It's definitely Messi's. It's the big game. It's his time to shine. And I asked you guys that question about Messi because I was asking myself that. Is he going to shine? Is he not going to shine? I think he will. Taking you guys to the piece one in Sevilla. It's an interesting matchup. Sevilla Dortmund. That was a tough one for me, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts first.
100% going to Sevilla. I think no question.
Yeah.
Dortmund has such good players. They are so bad recently. I mean, they have been playing absolutely
Except
awful.
for Holland.
Okay,
But
you say
continue.
except for Holland.
He's got 23 goals in 23 games.
No,
Okay,
but I'm
continue.
talking recently. The last game I was watching the game. He missed 2 or maybe even 3 absolute sitters. I mean, it's one game, okay? Holland's an amazing player. I think Dortmund overall is just not going to perform well. Also, they're in a lot of financial trouble right now. They're not even top 4. They're going to have to sell, Jadon Sancho wants 200 mil. We might see another Ferran Torres situation where he's going to go for like super cheap 50 mil. Who knows? Man United gets Holland. I mean, all these players are going to go for super cheap. And not only that, I think they're going to get absolutely dominated by a very strong Sevilla team this year.
I personally am going to go with the idea that it's not going to be complete and utter domination. I think that Dortmund's a good enough team to kind of hold their own. But Sevilla have been really good. Is kind of the second point because you've got players like Ocampos who are really shining through and proving, hey, I'm here to stay. And Sevilla, as a whole team, have said, hey, we're really good in La Liga, and we're going to prove that we can perform in Champions League as well, as they won Europa League last year. And they were, I mean, dominant in Europa League. And about Holland, he is ridiculous. But like Iko said, I think he's going to get sold in the summer because they're going to need the money because they're not performing in Germany right now. And if they don't win this game, then they're really going to need to sell either him or Sancho or him and Sancho. And they're going to need that money, and they're going to need to start performing in Germany again because a lot of money comes from Champions League and a lot of money comes from getting into Champions League. If they don't finish in a Champions League spot, they could be in ruins next year.
And I think it's the Holland thing's interesting because I mentioned Neymar was one of the joint top goal scorers in the Champions League, Erling Haaland being one of them as well. An interesting stat. I mean, Haaland scored almost 36% of Dortmund's goals in all competitions this year, which is ridiculous. I know I butchered my words there.
Good.
Bit of a stutter there.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think it's safe to say that Holland is carrying, not very far, but carrying Dortmund in the Champions League and the league. The firepower is there for Dortmund. They've got a much better team, in my opinion.
On paper.
Yes, there you go. On paper, they've got a much better team. Sevilla's taking it. They just are. Sevilla's absolutely taking it for me. It's going to be a close game, I think. But we know Sevilla can play against big teams. I mean, they beat Inter Milan in the Europa League final last August, as we all know, right? They just beat Barcelona about 5 days ago in the Copa del Rey. So we know that they can perform against these big teams. Sevilla can win European titles, Europa League still, and
Copa del Rey.
Dortmund's in bad form right now, so it's got to be Sevilla.
Yep. Or Dortmund's gonna have to pull it together, or it's gonna go really, really poorly for them, and we're gonna have to see either a ridiculous solo performance from Haaland, which he's young. I don't know if he's fully got it in himself, and we're gonna see Sevilla show their true colors and be, really good.
You know, I'm really disappointed in myself because I was so excited to share with you guys the stat of Haaland scoring 36% of Dortmund's goals, and I'm mad that I just butchered that. I was so excited to say that stat.
You would.
One job. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna move on to Porto Juventus. It's a pretty interesting game. I think when this game first got picked, kind of like the PSG Barcelona, everyone's like, "Oh, Juventus has got this." Now Juventus recently they've been good, but this season have not been the Juventus we're used to. Porto, on the other hand, has been pretty good. I mean, you know, you could say they're in quite an easy league, but nonetheless, they've been great this year. And like Lyon, we could see another underdog taking out Juventus.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really 50-50ing on this one. I really don't know. I don't know, because on paper, this should be the easiest win ever for Juve. Juve's got so much talent in front of them, but I don't know. Like you guys said, Porto's in really, really good form.
Hold on. I just need to clear up. I hate Juventus, but they're 100% winning this game. I just think it's going to be closer than we thought. I just think it's going to be closer than we thought.
Thank you for saying that. I think on paper, like Luke said, it's 100% Juventus, but on the field, it's about 90% Juventus. I mean,
I don't think so.
I would not say it's a 50-50. I mean, come on, man. 50-50.
Minimum 80-20.
Minimum.
You.
I agree.
I don't know. We're going to have to wait. For me, I don't know.
Really? What makes you say that? What makes you say that? Besides Porto being in really good form.
I think it's just, bro, I've just glitched out so hard. I don't know. I've just kind of got a gut feeling. And I'm just going to stick with my gut on this one. I don't know who's going to win it. Maybe Juve will pull it out. I think it'll be within one goal on aggregate. That's my I don't know. That's my gut feeling.
Well, listen, it's the Champions League. Anything can happen, right? So I honestly wouldn't be too surprised if Luke is right, but let's be realistic with ourselves right now. I mean, Juventus is going on. They had a fluke against Lyon last year, who ended up being a fairy tale team. Porto doesn't have fairy tale potential, in my opinion. Not happening.
I don't know about that one.
Now you're switching up on.
I agree with Aiden that they don't have fairy tale potential, but
so they could beat Juventus.
Who did Lyon have?
Juventus.
Memphis Depay. No. Players. Memphis Depay.
Yeah.
Maybe you could say Dembele. That's really it. Porto, Felipe Anderson's been amazing. Otavio's been pretty good this year. Juventus is 100% winning this game, but I think Porto's going to put in a very good fight.
Okay, well, listen. Let me ask you something. I know you're sort of comparing the Lyon team of last year to the Porto team this year. If they're going head to head, who's taking the win? Lyon's team last year or Porto's team this year?
Lyon's team last year.
Right?
No, I'm just saying the fairy tale potential. I think Porto's got it. I still don't think they're gonna win though.
Ronaldo's gonna outscore Porto. That's my prediction.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Unless they get a pen, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Whoa, you're on the Ronaldo train, are you?
Bro, half his goals last year were pens. Don't even get me started.
I can't deal with this right now. It's
pen merchant.
Yeah, come on. That's like
hey.
A pen is a pen. Eco it went in the back of the net.
A goal's a goal.
Yeah.
And you know what you won't be able to deal with in a week?
I know what you're gonna say.
Atletico Madrid absolutely dominating Chelsea.
I'm gonna let you guys do things first, by the way, because I'm biased. So I'm gonna let you guys go first.
I want to say something very quickly. I mentioned this earlier in the episode. I said how do I say this in the least messed up way? This might come out bad. I don't mean it in a bad way at all. Aiden's probably so happy right now. Luis Suarez injured, possibly going to miss this match. He has been, yeah, Aiden, don't say
I'm
too
not
much.
happy. I never wish an injury on someone. It helps our team, but I would rather Suarez play just because I don't want him to be injured. But go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think that's a
You'd rather beat
huge
them
loss.
fair than beat them. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's a huge loss for Atletico Madrid. He might be back in a week. I don't think so. I think he was out 2 to 3 weeks. I still think Atletico is taking this game. I think Tuchel's been great. Don't get me wrong. I love that he's playing the lineups he is, but I still don't think you guys are going to beat Atletico. They've been absolutely dominant in La Liga. I mean, they're playing amazing. They have a great team. Their youngsters are finally playing to the highest potential. I think Atletico also has more experience in the Champions League because this newer lineup that Chelsea's been playing, not a lot of Champions League experience. It's the first time that they'll be, if you go with this lineup, first time they'll be starting in the Champions League for Chelsea, and you got to be a little worried about that.
I think that's a good point that you brought up there. I think that a kind of another point to reinforce the Atletico train, because I'm going to agree with Ico. I think that Atletico's got this, is Yannick Carrasco's been amazing this season. We've seen him really dominate kind of that whole left flank, if you will. I think he's going to tear Chelsea up, and it's going to be amazing.
Okay. Now.
Now I'm going to defend Chelsea and Tuchel.
Yeah, I am, in fact.
Go do it.
As a matter of fact, I am. Listen, I think, and please let me finish before you get mad at me for saying this outlandish comment. I think Chelsea will win based off of possession. Okay, now let me explain. Chelsea have been unbeaten under Tuchel in 6 games, an average of 70% possession. Ico does this thing with his hands, but AC Milan haven't had even close to that average of possession throughout any 6-game stretch this entire season. In fact, the highest possession percentage AC Milan have achieved all this season was 63%. Anyway, moving on. So Chelsea have been dominating in possession, and that is no secret, especially under Tuchel. Chelsea have let up 1 goal under Thomas Tuchel, and it was an own goal by Antonio Rudiger. We have not let the opponent score on us since Tuchel's taken over. Now go ahead.
Okay, I would just like to bring up Atletico Madrid's kind of style that they've played. As we all know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They play park the bus. They like to drop defenders. They play a strong 4-4-2. And they let the other team have a lot of possession. They let teams kind of possess in front of their defense, make them play around them, make them play outside. And I don't think that Chelsea's kind of got the strike force to go in and score as many goals as I think that you guys are going to need to push past this really strong Madrid team.
I just want to say something. Aiden loves, listen. I'm not trashing Chelsea. I love that they're doing, I don't love it, but I look, they're doing great in the Prem. You guys haven't faced a single team that is close to the caliber of Atletico Madrid since you got dominated by Leicester in the middle of January. So listen,
Newcastle. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I beat Newcastle. Nice.
Newcastle,
They're fighting to not get relegated. I think you guys might put up a good fight, but you cannot bring up possession and we've only let in 1 goal. That was an own goal when you haven't faced a team that's close to as good as Atletico Madrid.
Like Tottenham, right?
I wouldn't say Tottenham is even close to as good as Atletico Madrid.
I would absolutely say that. And there's a reason why I brought up possession, so you wouldn't bring up the fact that we've just beaten Newcastle, Burnley. We had 72% possession against Tottenham Hotspur, who are the most park the bus team in the league. Now, let me just say this, right?
And
I'm going to say Chelsea's going to win because I genuinely think they're going to win. And as a Chelsea fan, you should, or as a fan of your team, you always have to back it. Now, Eco, a goal is a goal, right? So a win is a win. So don't say that, oh, we haven't played a team like Atletico Madrid yet. A win is a win, and Chelsea's gonna prove you guys wrong next week.
No, I'm not taking the wins away from you. I'm just saying don't bring up those stats when those are the teams you've faced. Listen, you say Tottenham is the most park the bus team. Good. You beat them by 1. Atletico Madrid, much better than Tottenham. Play like them. They have a much better counter than Tottenham. You guys are not going to be your defense. I mean, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not taking Christensen over, Luis Suarez, Llorente. You got
Oh, he's cutting out.
Yeah, I was like, did I freeze again?
That's what I thought. I thought I froze.
Bye, Eco. Watch this
Eco.
guy leave. Eco's a bummy
Eco,
ass.
he's back.
Oh, he's
back.
alive.
I'm back.
All right, go ahead.
Basically, I'm not trusting Christensen over or not trusting him to defend Luis Suarez, Llorente. I don't know why I can't think of anybody else. the entire attack, Carrasco, the attack of Atletico Madrid. You guys have been good. You haven't even come close to facing a team like Atletico Madrid. Don't get me wrong. I don't think you'll get destroyed, but I definitely think we'll see a clear winner the entire time.
I agree with Eco. I don't think Atletico is gonna bang in bunch of goals. They'll beat you by 1.
All right.
So but you'll know the whole way that they're gonna win. Yeah.
They're gonna put in a goal in the first half and then just sit.
You can't bring up those stats when you haven't faced a team that is as good as Atletico.
There's no evidence. There's no evidence to go one way or another.
Well, wait.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying those stats don't matter.
Agreed. But let me just.
Agreed. Hold on.
No. I do agree.
Yes.
I partially agree with you. I do. But you have to be very careful with your language. Let me just say this to you guys. You have to be very careful with saying those stats don't matter. Every Champions League game we're going through right now, we're bringing up their current form. You say Dortmund's been in a bad form, but they've played some good teams too. They played some bad teams, right? I have to bring up those stats because what other stats can I bring up? Right?
Thomas Tuchel.
All right. So let's move away from this one and let's go to the defending UCL champions, the unbeaten Bayern Munich, facing off against Rome's finest, not even the best team in Rome, Lazio.
Yeah, poor Lazio. I feel bad for them that they're going to get knocked out this early. We should even just skip over this. This one's not even a question in my mind. Bayern's ridiculous. They're so good. Lewandowski's the best. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. They're going to win. Whatever.
It's good attitude to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
got it.
Bayern's winning this one. Ciro Immobile, there's only so much he can do for Lazio, right? I mean, he's not going to be able to carry Lazio past Bayern Munich. They're struggling in the Serie A right now as well. They're in 7th place, I think. So it's going to be a relatively comfortable win for Munich.
Yep.
I mean, as sad as it is to say a Serie A team is going to go out this early, I think 100% they don't have a chance in this. I mean, Bayern is just so dominant. Although we did see today they didn't play a great game, but again, I'm 100% backing them. Lazio's not winning this game.
I do. Pretty easy decision on that one.
I do want to say though the next game, I think the Serie A team has a chance. Atalanta versus Real Madrid. Listen, Atalanta, I do not like them. I hate their coach. I truly despise them as a team. Losing arguably their best player in Papu Gomez, but still playing amazing. I think they could beat a weaker Real Madrid team.
So before I tell you my thoughts on this match, I do want to ask you, Ego, playing well, are they? I mean, they're on the cusp of Europa League right now in the Serie A.
Oh, no, okay, but look at their form recently. They have not been bad.
Last 5.
Yeah.
They've been playing good teams, Ego? Real Madrid caliber?
They did beat the best team in Serie A.
Yeah,
which is
there
who?
You go.
What?
Second best team.
Sorry. It is AC Milan, but right now, it'll be decided next weekend who's the best team in Serie A. Let's just say that.
Very true.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
I hope we see a Lukaku Ibra fight. Oh my God!
Didn't they just beat the mural outside the San Siro?
Yeah, yes. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
It makes
No.
me so
It
happy.
looks like they're kissing each other.
It's so
okay.
funny.
Valentine's Day.
It's Zlatan.
It's no Zlatan. Listen. So I think the fairy tale story last year that Atalanta went through is not going to happen again this year. As much as the entire world wants it to happen, I don't think it will. Atalanta, like you said, good, in good recent form. But I just don't think they really have a chance against Madrid, and I think they're going to lose in the first leg, and I think they'll put up a good fight, just as most of these teams will, but Madrid will win, I think, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna agree with Hayden. I think I'm gonna back Madrid, but it's gonna be close. This is gonna be a game to watch. I think this is gonna be a game to watch for sure. It's gonna be two teams that are kind of going in and out of form, battling it out, and I think it's gonna be a bit of a slugfest. But I do think Real is gonna win.
I think we all agree. I mean, Igor, did you say Atalanta or Madrid?
I originally didn't say anything, but I'm gonna back Atalanta on this. I listen again. Despise them as a team, but I think that they're one of the teams that, it doesn't really matter how they're doing in the league. I think they're gonna play well in the Champions League. I hope we see a better coaching job than we did in their game versus PSG, though, pulling out their, I think, 2 or 3 best players, no question, and then going on and losing. If there's better coaching, I think Atalanta's got this one. Real Madrid's gonna put up a fight, but I don't really think they're gonna win this game. They barely made it out of the group stage.
So now taking us to the final game of the round of 16, to the Puskás Arena in Budapest, Hungary, which I forgot to mention that Liverpool and Leipzig will be playing in Budapest as well in the same stadium. And then Atletico and Chelsea will be playing in Bucharest, Romania. So we're going to talk about that in a second and how it sort of affects possibly the home team for that. But for now, we'll finish off with Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Manchester City, the home game for Mönchengladbach, but it's an away game. Thoughts?
I mean, I think it doesn't matter whether they're home or away. Man City's beating them, no question. I know that City chokes in the Champions League. I do think, though, this could be their year. I mean, we are seeing a very strong City side. Granted, they're not the best when it comes to penalties, but everything besides that, I mean, they don't have a weak spot on their team besides the penalties. Barely.
Yeah, it should have been a save, but yeah, continue.
But yeah, no, I think this could be City's year if Bayern somehow, I don't know what happens. I think hopefully we see, Bayern on one side and City on the other. And then I think if that's the case, we're going to see them facing each other in the final.
Man, I gotta say, Gundogan, I'm saying this as an Arsenal fan, Gundogan is so good. He's so good. He's so good. It's ridiculous. It's with De Bruyne. Is he hurt right now, or
he'll be playing? Oh, yeah. The game's next week, I think.
Yeah. But man, Gundogan is good. He is something else. I think Man City's shown that they're back and forth, and I think it's not going to be a walk in the park, but I think they're going to win it.
I do have to say, I'm pretty sure this happened. I've been thinking about this ever since Gundogan's been in amazing form. I'm pretty sure a couple months ago we were talking about, like, somehow we were talking about, top midfielders who you would put, and Parker goes Gundogan, and me and Aiden absolutely get so mad at him. We're like, why would you ever put Gundogan in your top? He's like, oh, I don't know, whatever. Now, I mean, I'm not gonna say Gundogan's listening, but like ever since then, he's been slowly rising, and now I'd say he is one of the best players, if not the best player in the Prem right now. I think something that's very important about the Man City team this year that we have not seen in the past, I mean, who knows how long, they have an amazing defense. Ruben Diaz and John Stones have formed an amazing duo. Cancelo playing right back, Mendy on the left. I mean, that back four, I'd say, is the best in football right now. They are amazing and they play amazing together. And they have the attacking support, unlike, as we mentioned, Liverpool, who doesn't have good defense and they don't even have good attacking. City's got both, and they have a very strong midfield as well. Again, I said it earlier, there's no weak points in this team except for the pens.
Kind of 2 points here. First off, Liverpool doesn't have a bad team. They're just really struggling. They're in bad form. Second thing is João Cancelo has to be one of the most underrated players in the Prem right now. No one is talking about him, and he is playing out of his mind. He is so good right now. Yeah, that was all I wanted to say.
I want to mention really quick, people say like he's underrated. He's, it was unexpected for him to be this good. You go back to his days at Juventus. I mean, the kid was amazing. And then we saw him move to City. They weren't playing him at all. And as soon as they start playing him, somehow he's amazing. It's not like he's been amazing since they bought him and never played him. I think he's definitely underrated, but he's definitely someone who we knew was amazing, but just never got the time he needed.
He's a bit of a hidden gem in the league almost. I mean, again, like you said, I would say he's underrated just because he's not talked about nearly as much. Maybe he's being overshadowed by Ilkay Gundogan, who's obviously better than him right now in terms of Man City players. Gundogan, whoa, oh no.
Gundogan?
No!
Aiden, you can't talk today, buddy.
I know.
Ooh,
It's
English
a bit late.
is not your first language.
It's a bit late. Ilkay Gundogan is practically prime Zidane. There's no difference. There's no difference.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not wrong. Manchester City in impeccable form. They haven't lost since 5-2 against Leicester City back in September. They haven't lost in 33 matches in all competition. That is ridiculous. And I think they're probably not going to lose against Mönchengladbach. You look at Mönchengladbach's two best players, Thuram and Playa, very quiet this season. Very quiet. And they're just not going to beat Manchester City. I think it's fair to say Manchester City is unstoppable. And like Iko says, this could be their year. I think it could be if they can somehow get past Bayern Munich. Manchester City is, in my opinion, the next team.
I do just quickly want to say it has nothing to do with Champions League, but I did put Man City as winning the Prem this year, and so far it's looking pretty nice.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I can't argue that. I wish I could, but I can't.
Yeah. There's kind of nothing you can say.
You want to argue?
It's
on a previous episode. You can't argue it.
Well, I also just wish I could argue it, not only because I'm a Chelsea fan, but because I love arguing with Iko. We pretty much argue on the podcast and outside of the podcast. We get in heated arguments
all day long.
All day. So it's a shame that I can't argue Iko on this one. But yes, Manchester City, Iko's prediction about Manchester City was absolutely correct. So I think we can all agree that Manchester City is going on. And I want to say this, like I said about the venues. You said that, this playing in Hungary is not going to affect Man City at all. What about Liverpool and Leipzig? And what about Chelsea and Atletico? Atletico can't play at home. Neither can Leipzig.
The kind of one thing that I've said about this is kind of COVID with having no fans changes everything about home field advantage. Because a lot of times when you walk into a stadium, they're booing you in your face. It's so loud. That atmosphere is just going crazy. It's getting your adrenaline going. They don't really have that right now. And playing in an almost neutral area, it's kind of just a bit of whatever. It makes it feel more almost like a friendly than a UCL match, but it's still going to be hopefully the same intensity that we would see with fans. But I don't think it changes that much. Maybe a little bit, but I don't know. It's a bit just whatever. Just they're going to play the same that they probably would at home. Maybe a little bit, 5% worse, but I don't know.
I think really the only thing that would affect you, playing at a neutral ground right now is, the jet lag, the having to travel. You're not used to the environment you're in. But like Luke said, it's not really going to affect them. I think unless the stadium, is full of fans screaming at you, home field advantage doesn't really matter too much to the players.
Yeah, it's like Luke said about it's probably not going to affect them as much. However, it is like you don't get to wake up in Leipzig and drive to the stadium. You have to travel all the way to Budapest to play a home game. It's a little unsettling, but I don't think it's really going to affect either team. I think it'll be fine. So we've gone through all of the teams for the Champions League round 16. We've had our predictions, and we will touch base in a couple of weeks when the round of 16 is over and see how well we did. It's time to get your whiteboards out, lads. It's time for a game. So what we're going to do, it is a true or false? No, it is not a true or false. I thought it was a true or false. I'm going to ask you guys just 3 questions. It's just regular football trivia.
And do we get options?
Yeah, do we get options?
You do get options. Don't worry. Yes. So, are your whiteboards ready?
Sure.
Question number 1. And Luke, please
I know,
write
right?
the player's name instead of the letter.
Oh, no.
Who has scored the most goals in their Premier League career? Alexis Sanchez, Diego Costa, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, or Carlos Tevez? Which player has scored more goals in their Premier League careers?
Did I spell this right?
Checking how to spell Aubameyang.
No. Wait, let me look this up real quick.
Whoa, hey, phones.
Whoa.
Okay. How do you?
You can spell these guys. You can sound it out.
I got it. It's a guess.
All right, you guys ready?
I wrote his first name, but I don't know. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Alexis.
Sanchez and Costa. So, Alexis Sanchez has 63 goals. Diego Costa has 52.
Oh.
Carlos Tevez has 84.
What the hell?
So you guys are both wrong.
Wait, how many does Alba have?
62. So
Okay, yeah.
more than Costa and one less than
His
Alexis.
200th goal?
Carlos Tevez, 84 goals in his Premier League career.
He did play for a while.
He did play for a while. He played for City and United. So
4 or 5 seasons. Yeah.
next question.
Yeah.
Who has the most Ligue 1 titles ever? Is it PSG, Saint Etienne, Marseille, or Monaco? Most Ligue 1 titles of all time.
I mean, it should be PSG, but he wouldn't have picked it if it's not PSG.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a trick question.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, no.
I think it's yeah.
We know PSG have dominated in recent years, but have they dominated throughout the history of French football? Let me know when you guys have your answers.
I don't want to not put PSG and get it wrong.
I know. I feel really bad about not putting PSG.
It seems like you guys are...
Okay, wait. Eco. At least if it's not or at least if it is PSG, we're both wrong.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, you've put PSG.
Oh!
Cheeky little bastard. All right.
I think I know what you guys are going to say. I think one of you guys has put Marseille and the other one of you has put PSG. Now, show me your answers.
Nope, I put Monaco.
Oh! Okay, PSG, not correct. Marseille, not correct. And Monaco, not correct. It was Saint.
I knew it. I was like, wait.
They were like a 70s team, right?
Do you think
they won like everything in the 70s, probably?
Do you think that AS Monaco would have the most French league titles as they're not even from France. They're from Monaco. I mean, they've won a decent amount of titles, but not more than Saint Etienne. And I was hoping you guys would put PSG. I tried baiting you guys, obviously.
Wait, do you have a number? I'm curious.
I don't actually have a number, but should I whip out the good old Google?
Yeah. Real quick Google. Just look up like Wikipedia Ligue 1 titles.
Saint Etienne Ligue 1 titles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Damn.
Monaco, I believe, has 6.
PSG has less than 10?
Monaco.
No, yeah, they've got like 7.
Monaco has 8.
And wait, then how many PSG?
And
like 7.
He has
11.
9.
Oh,
So 1 off. So Monaco is 2 off. And then since I put Marseille on there, I thought they were pretty far up there.
I've got like
And
3,
We'll
4.
see how many Marseille has. They've got 9 as well.
Oh, okay.
So they were very close. 1 off. And then Monaco 2 off.
Yeah.
And it's the end with 10. Wow.
We were both the furthest off you could have been.
There can be a winner between you
Iko,
and
we
Iko.
suck at this.
There can be a winner between one of you guys. It just depends on who's going
Hey,
to get
Iko.
this right.
Hey,
Who
Iko,
is-
you want to put the same thing? Okay.
Oh, maybe I feel like you guys
I
could.
know, because that would mean Luke would win.
No.
Why was that?
Isn't Luke up 1?
No. We both got Tevez
Oh.
wrong. It's
Oh, yeah.
0-0. We
I
suck
baited
at
him.
this.
I baited him in the
Worst.
first play.
Yeah.
All right. Who has the most goals in Paris Saint-Germain history? Is it Edinson Cavani,
I'm already writing a name.
Zlatan
I know.
Ibrahimovic, George Weah, or the man so good they named him twice, JJ Okocha?
Okay. I have written a name.
And
I think me and
that's
Iko
the
put this.
wrong answer. I think.
Hold on.
Oh, maybe
I-
not. This
Let
could
me
lose
let
it
me
for
bring
Iko.
you through my thought process.
Let's hear it.
I
figured Zlatan
before you
could
even
be
gave us
great.
the options, I said Weah. Then
Mhm.
I was like, he
Okay.
did leave them pretty early to come to AC Milan. Give me the options again.
Okay, Edinson
Zlatan.
Cavani, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, George Weah, JJ Okocha.
Changing my answer.
Oh, are you guys changing it? Did you?
Iko, I'm gonna be really mad if we put the same thing.
All
But
right, well,
you
let
know
me
what?
when you guys are ready.
We do. Okay.
I don't want to say. Luke, did you put JJ?
I'm not telling you.
3.
Wait.
Whoa. Sorry about that. Whoa.
Luke put JJ.
I put Mauro Icardi.
I'm going with a
I actually
different
put
one.
David Beckham.
And you guys put.
Oh, okay, Iko.
I think it's JJ.
3, 2, 1. George Weah, Edinson Cavani, the winner. Of
I
the
had Weah too. Please don't tell me it's Weah.
football trivia question. The all-time leading goal scorer for PSG is Edinson Cavani.
Oh,
Okay, because I remember I saw some crazy stat that was like the goals per game that Cavani has. Like
he was there forever. Why didn't I put him?
That was the deciding factor. I was like, it's for sure not Zlatan because he was like what, like 2 seasons. Dude,
No,
Cavani was-
Zlatan.
No, Zlatan was like
Was
three or
it?
four.
He's got second most all-time. Goals.
Zlatan
How many
was.
seasons was he there? Like 3. Well, he was insane when he was
Yeah,
there.
he was
Ridiculous.
prime Zlatan, but he's still prime Zlatan.
Zlatan's back in his
Yeah.
prime now.
Prime Zlatan never ended, but I don't know. I saw
Hey.
some weird stat.
He averages a goal every 64 minutes now.
I know he's
Listen.
actually crazy.
Can I say something about PSG real quick? Edinson Cavani with 200 at 1. Zlatan with 156 at 2. And then let me read you 3 through 10. Pauletta, Mbappe, Dominique, Dalep, Mpele, Di Maria, Sucic, and Neymar.
Well
Way
done, Iko.
not on there. Okocha not on there.
Mbappe is already there.
He's number
Yeah.
4.
How many does he have? He's got like
He's
120
one away.
something.
He's 1 goal away from going to number 3, taking out Pauletta.
I think he will end up as their top goal scorer.
Not if he leaves next
Not if
year.
he leaves. Yeah. He's still got to put 100 down.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's got
Or
to
yeah.
put
He's getting like
very well
25
could.
goals a season.
Yes, but he might not stay at PSG.
No, I know, but
Anyway, I just picked George Weah because he's one of the best of all time, and he happened to play for PSG.
anyone Ballon d'Or there.
Anyone Ballon d'Or there, but it's not the all-time leading goal scorer, not even top 10. And then JJ Okocha, more of an
He's
assist
sick.
guy. Did you know that JJ
Sick.
Okocha is the uncle of Alex Iwobi?
I
Yeah,
did see
I
that.
did.
I love Alex Iwobi. I don't care that he doesn't play for us anymore. I love that guy.
I like Alex Iwobi. Anyway, that does it. A very, very dramatic last-minute goal from Luke to win it, to take the victory over Eco. That does it for a round of 16 episode, and we'll touch base for the next rounds. But thanks for joining us for this episode of Inside the D. We'll see you next time.
Pajama pants.
Dude, he's such a girl. Literally.